opinion, in your experience, what role is like the leader and what he or she should do about that?
So the leaders have such a big role within mental health. One of the biggest things that they can do is model the behavior and expectations of their employees. So if you are saying to your employees, it's important that when you leave the office, I'm not going to be calling you, I'm not going to be texting you, I'm not going to be emailing you, like, the leader, the team leader, has to model that. So setting boundaries, employees learn by watching and observing. And so if they see the leader putting importance on these certain things, such as going and taking a break and going for walks, doing peer-related activities, doing a yoga class, then employees then employees will have the ability to actually see it in practice and then start to model their behavior around those things. Other things that leaders can do, one of the besides the definitions of mental health and mental illness, the other one that I like to stress is the skill of active listening.
Mm-hmm.
Active listening is where you are listening to what the other person has to say without the intent to respond. For example, you are having a conversation with someone at work and they're on their phone. Yeah, I'm listening. Yep. Is this active listening? No. People see the phone and they're like, what's the point of talking to her? She's not even hearing a word I say. Other active listening things would be appropriate eye contact, nodding, smiling, leaning into the conversation. Body language is so huge in active listening. If you're trying to talk to somebody who's looking like this, then you don't feel listened to. A lot of people, they are thinking to respond. So you're talking about taking breaks, and I'm like, okay, I got to mention this, I got to mention this, I got to mention this.
Yes.
And I've just missed an entire point of the conversation. Yes, active listening is really important for everybody to do. The other thing that a leader can do to improve workplace mental health culture is that your side? Oh,
It's our alert. We both received. We're sorry, but there are some issues here in Halifax, Nova Scotia with the water. So we both received. You just finished active listening, right? The part. But yeah, it's an alert from the government. So yeah.
So one of the things that a leader can do is provide an environment of emotional safety where employees actually feel safe approaching the leader and saying, hey, I'm struggling with this. I don't know what to do. We as human beings are programmed not to show weakness, to not be vulnerable. And so A leader needs to create this atmosphere where their employees feel safe exposing a problem, exposing a weakness, exposing a vulnerability because they need help. And this comes back down to modeling good behavior, because if this employee sees that the leader is not doing the right things for somebody else, do you think they will feel safe themselves going in and speaking to this leader? No. So there's a lot of different things that leaders can do to change the mental health culture within the workplace.